Hello, Dr. Shah here, and welcome to another episode of Teaching Humanity Remotely. Today I want to discuss something that I just had a new learning lesson that is fresh off the percolations of Mindy Shah's mind. And I was sharing with a new friend the sense of when minority groups come together because they suffer the consequence of being a minority themselves. They aid each other more completely and more fully because they want a sense of inclusion and acceptance and such. And my friend reminded me that there are people in this world that are positive no matter what group they're part of, and there are people that could be negative and difficult no matter what group they're part of. So to have a generalization of just saying because they're in a minority group they are more inclusive might be a shallow way to see it. I don't think she used the word shallow. That seems a little harsh, but it may not be seeing the whole picture. And I thought about that, and I thought, well, that's really true. And I explained myself in a different way, which was to say that I have two children, and one child was born with all of their birthright of well-being, and the other child was not. And the child lacking the birthright of well-being has created a circle of people that accepted and embraced and celebrated him more easily than the child who was born, in quotation marks, perfectly and had to find her way to decipher the kind of people she wanted to be with. And then my new friend said, I understand that. I understand what you mean. But I do also understand what she meant was that how we need to see ourselves so that it's not a matter of one group or another, the way in which we could connect in the way that would allow us to be in truth and who we really are is by saying what makes us connect is our humanity. It's really our humanity and not whether I am transgender or female or male or a woman or any kind of particular religion. What makes us connect, if we could remember, is our humanity. And then we could be open to being embraced and embracing all sorts of different people. And that's where diversity comes in, and that's where celebration comes in. So I'm making this new relationship, a new friend, and we were talking, and she did a tarot card reading on me, which was so interesting because a lot of what I originally saw in the cards were kind of the opposite of what I thought they would be. And then I gave it some real reflection, and I realized that it all really made sense. Given my whole entire history, what the cards revealed really made sense. But the most interesting part of the reading was not so much what the cards revealed, but how the person who was doing the reading, my new friend, worked really hard at getting out of the way so that the cards could speak for themselves and the words were just coming through her. And I really thought that was what was so interesting to me. And we have something in common, my friend and I, and that is that they are a survivor, and I am a survivor of a dis-ease that has been cured. And it's so interesting to me because I never want to make one experience in my life be more important than any other. So I never considered myself before a survivor because I didn't want to put the attention on the disease, and I didn't want that to be my story. All of my experiences, I want to be a chapter in the book of my life, not to have one chapter be the entire book. And so if I hold myself in a certain way, I had the interpretation that I would be limiting myself perhaps, and also defining myself to one story being more important than another. Yet I see that I have something in common with this new friend, and I've been thinking about where's our common ground. And our age is different. There's a big difference in our age, and there are some obvious differences. And I wondered if the fact that we were both survivors of a particular kind of illness that can be experienced by some with such great fear, if that somehow gave us an unspoken understanding. And on some level, it doesn't matter, because when you get the gift of connection, that's what really matters, and it doesn't matter what gets you there. But on another level, it is interesting to honor certain experiences, landmark experiences, that how you show up to kind of defines you. It doesn't have to stay in that way, but they certainly show who you are in the moment of how you show up. And if in fact you show up in a way that does not serve you, you can then come to the understanding that you are not being served by the way you're showing up and have a transformation. And if you see that you showed up exactly the way you hoped to show up and wanted to show up, then you can celebrate that. So it's all about how we show up and reflecting and learning from the way we show up that allows for an appreciation, an attitude of gratitude, invites transformation when transformation is needed, and also allows us to reflect and really, like I said a minute ago, celebrate when we show up in a way that we feel does really serve us and does allow us to serve others. So anything that connects us, whether it's being part of a minority group, whether it's being part of overcoming an obstacle and having a transformation, whatever connects us is the gift. And I do not want any of my gifts to have me be complacent or have me feel like I've arrived and now I'm done. They're all just opportunities to see what I want to celebrate and where I need to go from where I am right now. And the ability to be content and have peace and fulfillment is fabulous. And the ability to need to work on certain things could also be fabulous. The world would be a different place if we understood from the very beginning that our humanity is what should connect us. It really is what does connect us. And that if we live from that place, we wouldn't need to have all these subgroups. And then within the subgroups that we're part of, there could be common ground, and there could be an ability to get supported and lifted up and feed each other. For me, it's all about reaching for the stars. Once I have the energy and once I have the fulfillment, it's not to hold on to it. It's to expand upon it. It's all about expansion and not to be limited by any kind of fear, because fear is the opposite of expansion. It is contraction, and expansion comes from love and a sense of well-being and fulfillment. So I just wanted to say that I am a woman, so I have that subgroup to be part of, but I also am so many other things. And what I am at the base of who I am is I am a human being. And I want to be part of that race of being a human being. And I want to embrace all other human beings who are like-minded and who are also not like-minded, because I learn from all if I'm open to each. So I just wanted to share that. Until next time, please feel free to visit me at learnwithmeremotely.com. Thank you.